You are. So, hi everyone. Welcome on our Fast Track to SC call, our weekly call with international speakers who share their journeys, their stories, and their tips and tricks to get to the top commission level, which is like such a milestone in our business. So, today we have Matilda who's going to share her journey with us. She started the business in February, right? Am I correct? But she just recently fast-tracked to SC. She said that the first months in the business were, let's say, wasted for her because she wasn't really going in all in. But still, she fast-tracked to SC already. So, Matilda, I'm gonna pass over to you. I'm gonna ask you to share your story, share a little bit more about yourself and about your journey with the business, of course.
Okay. Hi, good evening, everyone. I hope everybody is doing well. My name is Matilda, and I'm in UK. I started this business in February. At first, I had traveled to Ghana. That's where I'm from Africa in Ghana. So I traveled to Ghana for a funeral. But when I went, everybody kept telling me that I had put on so much weight. I had put on so much weight. People just told me in my face. Can you imagine? So when they told me that, already Nona, who is my upline now, she had already been telling me about how the business works and how the product works. But I wasn't interested until people told me in my face that I had put on so much weight, right? So when I came back, I was the one chasing her. I chased her. And I said, oh, how can you tell me more about the product and everything? So she said, oh, okay, then I'll tell you. So she told me more about the product. But then she said, do you know that you can earn extra money whilst you're trying to lose weight? She told me that. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not interested because I have done this marketing before. It never works. I use my money to pay for products and I never get my money back. So I'm not going to do it. And she said, oh, our company is different. You don't have to put your money in. And I'm like, how is that possible? She said, yes, you don't stock products. Then I became interested because I'm telling you, I don't know if we have people who are not doing the business yet, but when I'm normally doing my videos, I do not mention names, but I've done so many business. I've done all the business, the garments, the makeup, everything. Think about it. I've done all of them. I love marketing, so I've done those ones. But all of them, you have to purchase products and sell. If you're not able to sell, your money will be sitting there. So when she told me we don't stock products, I decided to join. I said, okay, then I want to join. So I joined and I became my own customer. So I bought the product from myself. And to be honest, when I bought the product almost paid for my commission, actually almost paid for the £50 that I had used to join. I became excited. But then I didn't know how the product works and I didn't trust it. So I decided to wait for the product to work on me first before I start talking about it. And then so from February, I signed in February, March and April, I didn't do anything. You know what? I call those days my wasted years. As you said, the reason why it's my wasted years, if I had used that 2 months to do something, I would be up on the ladder by now. But I didn't because I did not understand what this business is all about. I'm trying to lose the weight first. If you're on this line and you're thinking the same way that I thought, you will be wasting those months. And you'll be thinking, why did I do that? Because that's what I think now. Why did I waste those 2 months for nothing? Because I could have done something in those 2 months and it would have yielded fruit after those 2 months. But I wasted it because I'm thinking I'm waiting for the product to work first. The product works fine. No problems at all. You have no problem with the product. So if you're here and you're thinking of wasting your time, thinking you want the product to work for before you start selling the product or before you start telling people about it, you're wasting your time. Start doing something from now. So after the 2 months, after 3 weeks, I noticed that the product is working. So I decided to start talking about it. So what I started doing in end of April started paying off in May, because you know we get paid on the 10th of every month, right? So on the 10th of May, the little that I did, I got a little bit of pay. And I'm like, this business seemed to be working. So I decided to do more. So my upline, she was in trouble. Her name is Nona. I will call Nona every day. If you have an upline, if you're here and you have an upline, do not leave them rest. Call them morning, call them evening, call them afternoon, call them anytime you don't understand anything. Because those times that you're calling them is going to help your business. It will help you learn more, and you'll be able to teach your downlines. So don't leave them rest. So I did not leave her rest. I'll call every day. What do I do? What do I have to do? And she told me, consistency. I have got to be consistent. What do I have to be consistent on? She said, you have to add up to 100 to 150 people per day on Facebook. You know what? I went away and I did that. Every day I was adding 100. My minimum was 100. My maximum was 150 per day. So in May, I added more than 100 people per day. Just counted that by month. I did it. So I was adding people. I was consistent. Even if I was in the toilet, I'll be adding people. If I was in the salon, I'm a hairdresser by the day. If I'm in the salon and there's nobody there for me to do their hair, I will add people. So I started doing. And then I said, I've started adding the people. What else do I have to do? She said, you need to start doing Facebook Lives. I said, okay then. For the first time, I won't be comfortable. So can you help me? She said, okay, let's do one together. So I did one with her. Go live, my dear. Try and go as much live as you can. Because that's when you connect with the people that you have added on Facebook. If they are there and they have nothing to listen to, they will leave. So you have to entertain them. You have to have them. You have to consistently entertain those people that you have. So I started going on live. On my first live, you will laugh if you heard my first live. I said so many and so many times that you can think of, because I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't understand anything. But you know what? That live gave me one Timmy that day. She's now my strongest leg. It gave me that Timmy. She joined the same way as I joined. She joined and bought the product from herself. And she was my strongest leg when I became SDD. So in May, I became DD. When I understood the business, I became DD. In June, I became SDD. July, I reconfirmed. And August, I became SC. Consistency. You don't need to stop. You're not stopping if you really want to do this business, you don't stop. You just carry on. Do what you're doing. Just do it repeatedly. I was asking my upline, why do I have to do the same thing every day? She said, you know what? You're adding 150 people every day. If you do not entertain those people, the new ones that you have brought in, what you did yesterday, they don't know. So they need to hear it. So that is why you have to repeat the same thing. So it's not, you will feel like you're repeating yourself, but you're not, because actually there are people on the platform who are listening. They have not listened before. So they have to listen to what you have got to say today. That is why you have to do it. So she asked me to do a Facebook Live at least 3 times in a week. That was every other day I did one. And then she taught me the days and the times that I'll get people to listen to me. And I'm telling you today, if you're on here and you've not been going live, start doing it now. Okay? Your first time, you will only get a few people to watch. The next one, you will get more people, and it starts increasing. Before then, when I finish a live, maybe I will say 40 people are viewed. Now, when I go on live, by the time I finish, 200, 800, 600, I get 1,000K sometimes. Because people are listening to you, they are following your step, they know exactly what you're doing, they are watching you every day, so you don't stop. One day I didn't go on live on a Sunday evening because I've taken a time that I do a live between 6:30 and 7, between 6:30 and 7:30. Those hours, people have come from church, they finish eating, they're just sitting down watching TV, they're on social media. You can connect with people around that time. And I didn't realize, one day I got a visitor and I did not go live. One of my customers, she actually texted me and said, "Oh, I was looking to see you, but I didn't see you." And I was like, okay, so people wait to listen to you. Okay, then that means you have people who are waiting on you. So if you don't go on live, they will not hear you. They will come to my platform and listen to me because they think Matilda will be there. They will go on the other lady's one and watch it because they know she will be there. So if you do not entertain your customers on your Facebook Live, they will leave. They will definitely leave. So now I'm SC. I'm reconfirming this month. That's the idea. And hopefully I have. So I don't know yet. I have not called the office to find out today. I've been busy. And today is my birthday. I've been all over the place. I've just been out and come back in. So I've not been able to call the office or do anything. So I don't know what I've reconfirmed or not. And you really want to carry on with this business, there's something in it. I'll tell you one thing. I'm a hairdresser. So I go to the shop in the day. I run the business with my sister. I traveled to Ghana again this July and August. I went on holiday. When I was going, I went with my family, my whole family. So when I was going in the salon, July and August is our busiest time in the salon because all the moms are home because the children are back from school and all that. So it's our busiest time. I went, and you know what? The salon was so busy. So my sister was working with the workers that we have. I wasn't there. It was so busy that some of the people, they will come to the shop and they will leave the shop because they didn't, we couldn't do their hair. All right. When I was going to Ghana, I took this business with me because you know what? I had my phone and I had internet. So I took this business with me on holiday. August, that is when I became SC, don't forget, okay? So July and August, what I did in July and what I did in August paid off in August, and I became an SC. So even though I was on holiday, I was able to work this business. When I was on holiday, because I was not physically in the salon, I could not help the salon. So people came and they couldn't get people to do their hair and they left. We lost money. I did not lose any money in this business. Those were my most month that I got paid. That was the beginning of my best paid month. But if you were doing anything else back here and you had gone on holiday, your business will come to a standstill. This business, if you really want to work it, it will work. If you're not consistent, people will come to your platform and they will leave because they will not be able to get to hear what they want to hear. So this evening, that is my story. I love it. I love this business. It has been my plan B. When I was joining, I actually just wanted to earn £200 to support the bills at home. Because as I say, I really don't need as much money. My why was to get £200 extra because I work in a salon, I own my own business, I can still earn money. But when I realized that I can take this business with me wherever I go, that is when I joined. My point was just to earn £200 a month. You know what? I've earned thousands last month. I earned over £1,000 last month. When I was in Ghana, something happened. I sent my goods, you know, the product when you're traveling. We Africans, we know this. When you're going, you send your canned food, you send the children's drinks, you send the children's, their chocolates and their cereals. I sent all of them. Something happened, so the shipment didn't come through. So I went on around the 20th of July. The shipment didn't come until the last 3 days before I returned. That's when the product came. But on the 10th of August, I got paid for what I did in July. If it was not because of that money, I would have suffered in Ghana a lot. I would have suffered on holiday because there was no way I was going to be able to afford it, because all the products that I sent that I was going to eat didn't come. So the money that I took to spend for the whole 1 month, I spent that money in 2 weeks. But when I got paid from this business, my husband was smiling. Why? Because if that money didn't come and rescue all of us, I don't know what we would have done. So if you treat this business well, it will treat you well. If you don't treat it well, you are going to just treat it anyhow. It will treat you anyhow. So if you really, really want to do this business and you really want to get something out of this business, you better start working it well, because it will treat you well as you treat it. Which business? The businesses that I have done before, I could only work from where I am. This business, you work in 26 countries. My God, what else do you need? You can work in 20. I've been working. I have people in Germany. I have people all over the place. I can trade in 26 countries. I don't even know if somebody told me we have more of the countries being added. I don't even know yet. All I remember is 26 countries. I've only worked in only 5 of them. So you can spread your wings as high as you want it. You can just go as high as you want. If you dream big and you really want to do this business, my dear, you'll be able to do it. I don't know how much time I've got. If you leave me, I'm going to talk and talk and talk. I'm just going on and on and on about it, because it really treats me well.
No problem. Like, I was loving your story. You said so many really interesting things. So absolutely, I was loving it. I'm gonna just ask you a couple of questions because I was taking notes. You said something about not wasting your time at the beginning. So don't wait 2 months to use the products and lose that weight and whatever your goal is to start sharing the products. So I'm gonna ask you how you suggest to start sharing the product since the very beginning, because that's a question that we get a lot from the people. Like, I haven't really experienced the product yet, so how should I start sharing? And the second thing I want to ask you is about Facebook Lives, which is another question that I get a lot, is like, what do I say? What do I share on Facebook Live? So do you have topics? Do you have, or you just talk about your life, about what you're doing? What do you do on your Facebook Live?
Okay. What I do when I'm doing, let's say how I share it. You know what? Because I started using the product worked for me. So I shared my story and how the product have worked for me. I used to have a terrible headache. My headache left me just 2 weeks. Just 2 weeks before 1 week before I have my menses, I'll have a terrible headache. And it would just bang until I finished my menses. And then when I finished my menses, 2 days or 5 days after, it will still bang. When I started using the product, that left me. That has been my best testimony that I use. So the best thing is, if you're using the product, you would definitely see some sort of results. That's what you use more, because it's you. When you're sharing it, it's more real. Everybody knows that you're sharing what you're talking about. I used to get a sleepless night because I worked nights for 7 years. So for the past 6 years, I stopped working nights, but I couldn't sleep. But since I started using the product, that's the first thing I noticed, that I was sleeping well. So find your own story. Find a story that you fit in. Find a story that works for you, and you start using it. So for sharing on Facebook, when you go on Facebook, we have these pictures that we put on one of our websites where only reps can use. Go there. I've seen so many of the pictures, but the ones that does not relate to me, that the one that doesn't feel like it will catch my eye, I don't share it. Go through it. You will see the ones that catches your eye. The ones that if somebody was sharing it, you will stop and look. Find those ones and start sharing. So you share those pictures and you start sharing your own story. Go into people's page, learn their story, put yourself in that story and start sharing it. That's what I did. I shared a story of my upline. My upline, she used to have a lot of back pain, and since she started using this product, it's gone. So share somebody's story. Let people talk. As I'm talking now, I had a sleepless night. It's gone. You can say that I have a customer, or I have a friend, or I have a sister who could not sleep well. Since she started using this product, she's been able to sleep well. I think when you start into putting yourself into people's shoe and understand what people are talking about, you can fit it in your own story. And then on the topics on when you want to go on live. No, I love this. When I'm doing live and I'm doing it on the business, I love it. I love it. I love it so much because all that I need to say is all about the topic. People stop and look because of the topic. So there was one live that I just said, my experience with this product. I didn't do my experience with this product. And then I listed a few things, sleepless nights, all this, all that. When I've got so many views on that particular one. People have watched it so many times. Twist that same heading and do it something else. People will stop and look again. Okay, and then there's one that I say when I'm sharing the products, the business, I say, what's your plan B? Have you got a plan B? Does your plan B pay enough? You put these topics, it catches people's eye. What is plan B? They want to come and hear it. So you will stop somebody who is just scrolling through and they say, what's your plan B? My plan B pays me. Does yours pay you? Somebody will want to know what a plan B means. So they will come and look. These are some of the topics that I will normally use. And then if you can remember, when you're on Facebook and people are watching you, sometimes it's hard for you to be able to bring all the words out. Write information down. Write some of the topics that you want to say. Write some of the things down. And, steal an eye and go and look at it and come back and say it. Because you're talking to an audience and you have to make sure that you're feeding the audience what they want to hear. Because when people come and they cannot hear what they want to hear, they will leave. And you don't want them to do that. So you have to always be consistent on whatever that you're doing. You've got to be consistent.
Love it. Thank you. I don't know if anyone else has questions that, guys, you would like to ask. You can unmute yourself if you want.
I'm curious. You said you add like 100 to 150 people. You just go random add people?
Yeah.
And they friend you?
Pardon?
You're just adding people, random people from anywhere?
Yes, I do. What I do is, if I was adding people, I would type in, let's say, England. And if it's England, I will say London. If I say Matilda, and then I will do a comma, London. So all the people that are called in Matilda, their names will come up, and they will come up to London. What I will do, I'll go through their Facebook page. I will stroke through and see if I can see anybody doing the same thing, the same business that I'm doing, then I will not add them. So if I go down and I don't see anybody doing what I am, then I will add them. So if you add, let's say 100 people, at least 12 people will accept you. I'm not saying that when you add 100 people are going to accept you now, but if you add 100 people, up to 20 people will accept you. Out of those 20 people, 5 of them are going to be your customers if you treat them well. So you add Spain. If you know Spain, one city name, Barcelona, you just add Barcelona and you add Matilda. So Matilda, Barcelona, and you just go through. So you will see all of this when you add them. So you will go through Italy, You just go banner, and then you add your names, and then you will start looking. You just always go through the pages and see if you will not see any juice class member. So long as you don't see that, you add them. And you know what? Those people that you've added and they have accepted you, they have seen something in your page. That's the reason why they accepted you, right? So you have to entertain them to trust them to become your customers. That's how I help people.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, Matilda, can you hear me? What's your DMO then, please?
Pardon me?
What's your DMO, please?
I am an SC at the moment, reconfirming.
No, so what's your daily method of operation every single day?
Okay. I add 100 to 150 people per day. I speak to 10 to 15 people per day, so I engage them. I try and do videos, if not Facebook Live, if not every day, I do every other day. I'm a hairdresser by the way, so I go to work in the morning. I start at 10. So if I'm doing my breakfast, I will do my breakfast with my audience in the morning. So when I'm doing my shake, I will show how I do my shake in the morning. If I'm able to get up early, I will do it still in my whatever you're in. You don't have to do that. You have to let people know your lifestyle. That's one thing. So sometimes I will do it still in my working out gear or something. So I will do my breakfast with them. If I'm able to do my breakfast with them, when I come from work, in the salon, sometimes I come home late, sometimes I come early. If I don't engage them in the morning, I engage them in the evening. So I add 100 to 150 people per day. I try to get in contact with at least 15 to 15 people per day. And then I do video once or twice in a week. Now, every 3 days, every other day, I do a Facebook Live. That's what I do. And who are getting in contact, what I normally do is I try as much as I can. Okay, this is what I will do. Let's say you're my friend. What's your name? Yvette. So, the first time I'll get in contact with you, I will go and say, oh, hi, Yvette. How are you doing? I hope you're well. Thanks so much for connecting with me. I'll leave it like that, and I'll send it to you. Okay? That's how I leave it. If it's afternoon, I always try to address you in the afternoon. So if it's in the evening, I'll say, good evening, Yvette. How are you doing? I hope you're well. Thanks so much for connecting with me. And I'll look at that and send it to you. Most often, some people will say, oh, you're welcome. Some people will just give you a thumbs up. Some people will say, oh, you're welcome. How are you? And then I will say, oh, I'm well. How is the family? Oh, I'm in Nottingham. It was a nice weather today. How is it in where you are? I know where they are, but I will not say, how is it in Italy? I will say, how is it where you are? And I will just say, some of them will say, oh, it's so nice in Italy. Okay. And then we start chatting. I'll start chatting because some people just tell you straight away on their product. It become boring. You just don't want to hear it. So you want to get into their life, you want to get something out of them. You want them to feel comfortable as if they are your friend first. And then after we've had a bit of chat, I will say, anyway, I inspire healthy living around the world. Feel free to look through my page. If you see anything that might interest you, please invest me. And I'll leave it like that. Most of them come back and say, oh, I've looked. What is that thing about the weight loss? How does it work? Because I have things that I've, the pictures that I've sent before and after that I've put in on the page. So when they go, they'll find something. They'll go and look. Most of them that I've got in contact with, you can see when you go back that they've watched your video and they've liked it or they've commented on it. That means they're potential customers. You don't leave those people. So you try and get in contact with those people. Once in a while, even if they don't get in contact with you anymore, once a week, I'll go and say, oh, how are you doing? Did you want to look through my page? And they'll always come back. Oh, I did. Oh, I couldn't. Oh, can you try and have a look? I think you're going to be excited when you go through my page. So you're trying to find a way to get through to them. That's how I do it.
Matilda,
Yeah.
which video do you send? Is it one of yourself, or is it like jpexperience.com or?
I don't actually send videos. I used to do 1 minute videos. I didn't get much results, so I've stopped doing 1 minute videos. So I do live videos. I do like every other day or every day. I do live videos. So when they go,
So you don't actually send like a link of a video then, one of the resources?
to other people,
Yeah.
no. Most of them will be my personal live video that I've done.
Right. Also, when you say page, do you mean your own personal profile page, or have you got a separate page?
I've got the same. I do my business on my normal Facebook page. That's what I do. So I'll send you go and go to my Facebook page and see if you can find something that interests you. So that's how I do it. I don't have any other Facebook account. I have one. Today I've done my video this morning. It's my birthday, so everything on there is about my birthday. My birthday. But tomorrow,
Matilda, your voice keeps going in and out a little bit. I don't know.
really?
Where are you based? In London?
Pardon?
Where are you based? In London?
I am in London. I'm not in London City. I'm in one of the small cities called Nottingham. I'm in Nottingham.
Oh, Nottingham, yeah.
I'm in Nottingham, yes.
I'm in Cheshire.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, so you're in UK too?
Pardon?
Are you in UK?
You're not that far away. 1.5 hours.
Are you in UK?
Yes, UK. I live in Nantwich, Cheshire.
Oh, okay. I'm in Nottingham. Yeah. So that's how I do. I think it's when you get in contact with them and you say, oh, how are you doing? How is the family? It was so lovely. Oh, it's been so rainy in Nottingham. How is it in where you are? People who are nice, they will always answer you back. And that's how you start your conversations.
So with your conversation, do you go in quite quickly then?
I don't. I have a conversation with you. And then when I see you online again, sometimes I will say, actually, I inspire healthy living around the world. Go through my page. If you can find something that will interest you, let me know. And then I'll get back to you as soon as I can. That's what I will normally say when I want to bring it into business.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Matilda, thank you so much. I loved having you on this call, loved listening to your story and how you do your business and how you keep things simple. Really loved it. Thank you so much for sharing with us. We really appreciate that and your time. And thank you everyone else for being online, and I'll see you next week.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for having me on. Bye.
Bye, Matilda.
Good evening.
Bye. Good evening.